What's up, Magic players? It's Doyle, your host here on DoylePrimeMtG, where I bring you the latest and greatest in Magic content that I can, while still trying to have a life. This week, I bring you a jet-fueled Azorius deck that's sure to start your engines. Kotori, Pilot Prodigy, brings vehicles into being a more viable archetype in Commander.
Forests, islands, mountains, plains, and swamps. The multiverse is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. There is a tingling in the spine, a faint sensation, as if a distant memory, of walking from plane to plane. Our lives have been forever changed, as if by magic. Embark with me on this journey to eternity. Experience the true power of mind over matter as we ignite your spark and traverse into the magic multiverse.
Kotori Pilot Prodigy costs 1 white-blue for a 2/4 legendary Moonfolk pilot with vehicles you control have crew 2, and at the beginning of your combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance until the end of the turn. This deck will be packed with vehicles that take advantage of the low crew cost, while also drawing on some artifact synergies and tap-untap shenanigans to maximize our output. Fueling up, we will make sure to use our highest octane mana rocks. Soul Ring and Wayfarer's Bauble will always be a solid gambit options to make sure that we stick the launch. Arcane Signet, Liquimetal Torque, and Mindstone will each help us ramp in a 2 mana value slot. Colossal Plow, Aerial Surveyor, and Conqueror's Galleon will each help us ramp using vehicles. Helm of Awakening, Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector, Cloud Key, and Joyrose Familiar will each help us by making our artifacts all cost less to cast. We will also include a Myriad Landscape to find us some more basic lands, or we can even use Scaretiller to place lands into play tapped when it becomes tapped. These can come from our hand or our graveyard, so that Myriad Landscape can actually come in handy multiple times. Topping out our torque, we will draw cards through combat damage. Coastal Piracy, Reconnaissance Mission, Thopter Spy Network, Research Thief, and Biden of Thassa will each draw us cards when our vehicles deal combat damage to our opponents. Rounding us out, Windfall and Factor Fiction will each provide us with a solid amount of classic card advantage. Ghostly Pilferer and Fallow Sage will each let us draw cards as we use them to crew our vehicles. SRAM Senior Edificer, Psymaster Thopterist, Vidalcan Archmage, and Shimmer Dragon will each draw us cards through artifact synergies. We can even gain card advantage through our vehicles with the Omen Keel, the Weatherlight, and Shorakai Genesis Engine, each gaining us card advantage through a repeatable ability. Steering into our control section, we will look at the game space manipulation we have built into our strategy. Grimoire Thief will exile cards from the top of an opponent's library when it crews one of our vehicles. Kitsune Ace can untap itself when we attack with a vehicle. Daring Thief can let us swap control of 2 permanents that share a type as it untaps. Moonfold Puzzle Maker lets us scry when it crews our vehicles. Stonybrook Schoolmaster makes us a Merfolk token when we use it to crew. Aether Shield Artificer will grant one of our artifact creatures indestructible until the end of the turn. Surge Spanner will let us bounce an opponent's creature when it becomes tapped. Replication Specialist will let us make token copies of our non-token artifacts when they enter play. This is especially cool with the artifact lands. Imposter Mech will give us a vehicle copy of a creature an opponent controls. Smuggler's Copter will let us loot when it attacks. Key to the City will grant unblockable passage to 1 creature while letting us rummage through our library. Aerial Surveyor will let us return creatures or vehicles with mana value 2 or less when it attacks. Peacewalker Colossus allows us to crew vehicles with mana if needed. Prodigy's Prototype will help us crew by making pilot tokens. Aeronaut Admiral and Cyberdrive Awakener will each grant our vehicles flying. We will grant our team vigilance with Brave the Sands, Sarah's Blessing, and Always Watching. Finally, we will recur our artifacts with Dance of the Manse, Open the Vaults, Academy Ruins, and Tameshi Reality Architect. Closing out the game will mostly consist of continuing to hit our opponents with our vehicles and creatures. In addition, Sharding Sphinx will help us generate a Thopter army. Sky Sovereign, console flagship, will repeatedly bolt any targets. And Parhelion 2 will help us raise an army of angels. Also, I couldn't help but include a Mecha Titan core for flavor to summon the Megazord. Mecha Titan. Yeah. So, for lands, we will run some artifact lands for some niche synergies. Razortide Bridge, Ancient Den, Seat of the Synod, and Darksteel Fortress. The rest will look to fix our colors. Command Tower, Mech Hangar, Spire of Industry, Azorius Chancery, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, Skycloud Expanse, and Treasure Vault, leaving us room for 14 islands and 8 plains. That about wraps it up for this deck tech. I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll find the link to the full deck list on arcadeck.com in the description, complete with a maybe board. Let me know in the comments below if you would take this deck in a different direction, or if there are any key includes that I missed. Cheers, and happy casting. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button, and also share it with your friends. If you want to see more videos like these, or hear me ramble about how to navigate this Magic multiverse, go ahead and click that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest from me, DoylePrime, and the happenings throughout Magic the Gathering. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next video.